You are listening to 888 WSOS, Southside, Chicago. Do you have a beef today? Let it go, man, let it go. It's been a few days, but I'm still loving the Black Bears celebrating their 22-0 victory in Super Bowl 95. Sun Yuk throwing for an efficient 220 yards with 2 touchdowns, and the running game with Tadayoshi McGregor. I could feast on that all spring long. You know, that's one of the things about a championship. You have a full off season where you can just dangle your foot and nobody can do nothing about it. So, while you are double or even triple teaming it with hockey, indoor soccer, basketball, all in full blow, add another screen to your viz, because spring baseball is here. Yes, the Black Sox are back on track after a decidedly quiet, or should I say, disquieting, hot stove season, because it's been a cold stove. The cupboard's bare. The beef's gone cold. We gotta get it reheated. We gotta get it restocked. Signings? You want to talk about signings for the Black Sox? Well, each year, each offseason, there have been signings. Some exciting things. Nasty Boy Hines last year. Ajapayana Maeda the year before. TNT Tatlock the year before that. And this year, 34-year-old reliever Yoriyuki Ida for $1.6 million. A reliever. And then we pick up 3 other relievers in the Rule 5 draft. Who do we got here? Dmitry Zivluk from Twin Cities, Carl Vincent from Jacksonville, Eddie Armstrong from San Fernando. Carl Vincent has some renown, and Yoriyuki won the Memorial with Charm Cities when they went back to back in 55 and 56. But those guys and all the others are on the other side of 30 years old. Carl Vincent is the youngest at 33. Now, the beef knows we have to improve on the atrocious bullpen, but this is ridiculous. And that's my beef for today. What's your beef? I got Didi on the line. I can imagine what his beef is.
How about them Black Bears?
I know you and Nana have been enjoying that, Didi. Let's continue to feast. It might ease you back into the Black Sox season.
You were talking about the reliever situation.
Yes.
But I didn't hear you say word 1 about J-Ho. J-Ho Chang.
Yeah, J-Ho Chang.
Guy we got from Nashville last season.
We got him in the Tatlock trade. That's right. Ye-Ho Chang.
Chang did real good for us in that September.
Overall, yeah. Last September, J-Ho appeared in 9 games, pitched 14.2 to a 1.23 ERA and 109 whip. It is promising. I do recall you weren't too happy about that trade.
I wasn't?
It's a new season. Thanks for the call, Didi. On the chat, we have a bunch of questions. I see you, Sally. Let's take Sally. Sally asks, preseason predictions have us finishing under 500 again this year. That's true. She says, ticket prices then went up a whole $1. Give me a reason why I should be giving Vital any of my money. Well, Sally, what you do with your money is up to you. Freedom is freedom. Ticket prices going up, that's a fact of life. Another fact, season ticket sales have gone down. They've cratered. They're projected to go down 30% to less than 7,000. Also, another fact, our total attendance last year was last in the league. And our market is huge. So what does that tell the beef? People are voting with their feet. People are voting with their dollars. And that's the way it should be. And you, Sally, and everyone else on the chat, Didi, whoever else is listening, you are making your voice heard by calling into the station. But, Sally, you asked for reasons. Well, the Black Sox are not just a sports franchise. It's a Chicago cultural institution. Just like the museum. Just like the fountain. Just like, I don't know, our skyline. You might not like some of the stuff they got at the museum, but it's there. It's world class. To be one of the cities to have a team playing in Brewster's, you cannot put a price on that. You remember those years when the team was down in Huntsville, Alabama? There was the outcry. Look it up. The hands on hearts. The picket. The tents. The tent city on Vidi Vital. They had some funny pickup games going on in there. That's all to say that we care about our institutions. It might be not the best quality. Remember the Black Bears of 46? But we care for our institutions, even though they might be mired in a funk. And I would add, especially when they are mired in a funk. So this long funk we are in is 12 years long, losing record. All those 12 years. After appearing in the playoffs for 5-6 years in a row, we'll come out of this funk. And when we do, you, my dear, won't be a fair weather fan. You'll have the scars. Are we fair weather fans here in Chicago? The lake don't melt until April. When we win, the victories will be all the more sweet. All right, Amelia, you are on the line.
Hello, Beef. First time calling, and I'm a new fan. I went to a couple of games last September, and this team looked incredible. Shouldn't they be able to continue that success, because it doesn't look like the roster's changed much?
Amelia, where are you from?
I'm from Sheffield, England, actually.
I think the Global Baseball Consortium got a team up in London.
Never got into the Monarchs.
Well, I tell you can't go wrong with the Black Sox. And last September, the Black Sox did no wrong. So you might be in for a rude awakening.
Okay.
Now, at this point, Amelia, the beef is going to go off. So, in sports radio, you just say, I'll hang up and listen, okay?
I will hang up and then listen.
Good enough. The Black Sox won't play 600 ball like they did last September. The best we can hope for is 500. 82 wins, 82 losses. Baby steps. Keeping expectations at a little bit more than realistic. Baby steps. Steps in the right direction. For one, we are returning a strong rotation with Stevie Bodine, Adam Hines, Carlos Moya, and Bobby Sherman. SP5 is up for grabs, and I know Montañez and Sashadri are up for it. But if neither of those guys are up for it, we have our junk baller, Tim Adams. He should do the trick. And on the hitting side of things, let's go down the line. Kyle Beers, rookie season last year because of Hashim McKean's injury. And when Hashim came back, Kyle Beers stayed on. He should fit in nicely as a DH and maybe get some time in left field. And he got a few votes for Rookie of the Year. Hashim McKean, he's got to stay healthy, or else it's another Tatlock situation, or worse. We're paying this guy $20 million a year. He's got to put in at least 120 games, get at least 500 at-bats. The rest of the outfield should be okay. We got Rags, we got Barrett. They should continue production. Barrett had 22 homers in his first full year as a starter. Now the infield, we got Jorge Gutierrez, spark plug, 90 home runs. 90 home runs in his first 3 years here. Steady as she flows. Second base, we gotta get Angel De La Cruz up. He has nothing left to prove in AAA. Last year, our hands were tied with Saswada and Maeda, fighting for time. But now that Saswada's gone, let's give De La Cruz a fair go. Let's have a fair fight in spring training. Who's gonna take that second base slot? And maybe De La Cruz gets some reps at short. Because Ayad Fasal can play anywhere. He's a true defensive mastermind. In the infield as well as the outfield. He kind of acts as kind of a flex position. He sort of sold out for power last year. But for him, that meant only hitting 10 homers. We need him to get on base and steal some bases and play that solid defense. I actually see him playing a lot in center. That guy covers ground like nobody's business. On the hot corner, Jeremy Starks, he's been average in the even-numbered years and very good in the odd-numbered years. Hey, it's 2061. Let's go, Jeremy. I like him. He's a grinder. But if you were to ask me, Amelia, and you did ask me, sort of, I'm most excited for Marcos Echevarria at catcher. He could slug some. 8 homers in 46 games last year. And he can catch some, and he can throw out lots. He has a monster of an arm. Now, Weber's great as a regular catcher. He's great with our pitchers, no doubt about that. But Echevarria's got a bat, and he's one of the reasons, Amelia, that the Sox had such a good month that September.
Thanks.
Hey, I thought you hung up and listened.
I'm hands-free right now making a batch of chocolate crisps. I did not want to say hang up while you went on with your soliloquy.
All right, I appreciate that. And you know where to send those cookies. You know, we call them cookies here.
Understood. Let's go, Black Sox. Hang up.
Good one, Amelia. Way to use the hands-free. And welcome to the family. We're going to have a great season. Let's add +1 to the fan interest metric for the Black Sox. God knows we need it. You are listening to The Beef on 888 WSOS Southside. When we come back, we got curling. The Ides of March Barnspiel returning to the sheet at Crystal Lake Curling Club in a couple of weeks. Let's throw some stones.